So in today's class, we are going to be going over all of the awesome design pieces that you have available to you in Command. So to get started, I am at the Command sign-in page. I am at agent.kw.com. And I'm going to sign in. If you're following along, I'll give you a moment to do the same. All right, once we're signed in, that brings us to our Command dashboard. And we're going to be working in designs today. So to get to that section, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the top left and click on the red KW. And that's going to expand our menu over on the left. You can see all the different sections and categories in Command. And we're going to go down toward the bottom to the icon that looks like a little pad and pen or maybe a tablet. And this is for designs. And let's go ahead and click on that. This brings us into My Design Templates. This is basically home to any designs you have created in the past. All of your saved pieces will be in this section. You can search for those pieces by name up here at the top right with this search box. You can go through and click on the different categories. So if you wanted to see your different email pieces you've made before, landing pages, social pieces, print, and you actually edit your agent site pages here as well. And then any video. So if you ever need to come back and update any saved work, you can find that here. And if you wanted to create a new piece, we're going to go down to the bottom right, and you'll see this little plus sign here. We'll go ahead and click on that. And we have a few different options. We have email, social, print, video. You can also import a PDF that you can edit through Command. So let's start today with a social piece. So I'm going to select social. And then if you're creating a piece for a listing, you actually have the option to import the photos and property information from KWLS, which just makes things super easy. So I'm going to click Import Photos and Text from a Listing, and then choose Next. This will bring up our KWLS search page, so we can select that listing we want to use. I'm going to search by property address here. You can search by property address or MLS number. And if it's one of your listings, you can actually switch this from all listings to only my listings, and then your listings will appear here. All right, I found my listing. I searched by the address, and I'm going to click Select. And that, yep, yeah, there it goes. I was going to say that should refresh and take us into the design section. All right, so right now we are looking at social pieces. So if you wanted to create a print piece, you would have to go back to that previous screen. But right now it's showing us all of the social pieces we have available to us. So it pops it open with this KW app section. So there are all these awesome posts that you can create about the app, and these are for Instagram. You can see, for example, if I were to click on listings, we have some more options here. We click on Just Listed. We can see we have different pieces for different outlets. So we have Facebook pieces, Instagram, and you can see that they are formatted differently. So for Instagram, of course, it is a square. Instagram stories, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And these will all save as just a JPEG file, so you can use these interchangeably. Like if you created an Instagram piece, You could also post that on Facebook. That's totally fine. You can see over here on the left that we have a bunch of different pieces. So these are all of our pieces for listings. We have buyer pieces, lead gen. There are actually some really cute holiday pieces in here. Business basics, if you are looking for an email signature, they have a couple here in command. Social branding, if you needed covers for Twitter, LinkedIn, or Facebook, you can see these here as well. And then some stuff under new designs. So you guys can look through these and see all the different pieces. There's lots of great stuff in here, but today we're going to start with creating a just listed piece. So I'm under listings and I'm going to click just listed. And let's go ahead and create a Facebook piece. I'm going to select this one here, put my mouse on top of that, and then click Use. All right, that brings us into the piece, and we can start editing. So editing these pieces is really simple. It's very user-friendly. Basically, you're just going to click around in here and change these out. So right now we're in the images section. You can see images that you have uploaded previously under My Library. If you needed to add any images from your computer, you could actually click here to import those photos. But since we chose a listing at the beginning, we know our listing is in KWLS. What we can do is we can actually go down to this KWLS section here. And if you didn't select a listing at the beginning, you can search here as well and select that. But this is going to make it really easy to swap out the information in these pieces. So let's say I want to change this photo. I'm going to click on the photo over here on the right. And then over here in my listing, right now we have the photos pulled up. I'm going to go to the photo I'd like to use. And once I highlight this, you can see these three buttons pop up. There's an add image, replace, or use as background. If we hit add image, that's just going to throw this photo, let's see, click, right there on top of everything. So I don't actually want to do that. Then I'd have to manually resize this, crop it, move it around. So I'm just going to delete that. Hit delete twice. So now, instead of using that feature, I'm going to click on the photo here. And when I go over to the photo I'd like to use, I can hit this replace image button. So when I click on that, you can see it plugs in my photo. So you can see that doesn't exactly fit super well, so you'd have to kind of play around with these a little bit. I'm going to click on this photo again, and you can see that this option for reposition pops up. I'm going to click that. And now it'll allow me to crop it differently. This might just not be a great photo because it's a little close and it's going to cut some of this off, but you can see that you can reformat this, change that out. I'm actually going to use an interior photo. I think that'll work a little bit better. I'll go over to the left, hit replace image, and there we go. And let's just try out some more. Oops, you can see when I clicked on that, it just added that photo on top of everything. There we go. I think that one works a little bit better. I'm going to click on this, click reposition, and just move this up a smidge. Ooh. There we go. And that looks great. So now to finish this out, we just need to swap out the property information. So I'm going to go over to listing details now. I'm still in this KWLS section. And we're going to do the same sort of thing to swap out the property information. So I'm going to click on this address here. And I could very easily just double click in this box. And I could manually type in this text. But since we have this listing selected, I'm going to go over to the listing details on the left. And I found my property address section. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click this replace button. And that's going to swap it out. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. If you don't like the photo, all you would need to do is click on the photo here, and then I just hit the delete button on my keyboard, or you can click on this trash can button up here for remove, and that'll delete the photo as well. So you can hit remove up here, or just hit delete on your keyboard, and that will get rid of that photo for you. So you can see I clicked on the address and hit replace over here on the left, and it plugged in the address for me. So you can see it didn't plug in the state, so I'm just going to double click in here, change the text. There we go. And then we want to swap out this info down at the bottom. For these, it would be better to manually update these because the bedrooms, baths over here, they just have the number. It doesn't actually say, like if I were to click replace on this, it would just put a number 3 in here rather than 3 bed. So some of these you may have to manually add in. Some of them you can hit the replace button. But just a really easy way to have all of your information pulled up so you can swap it out. So I'm going to change that, 4 bed. I'll just say 3 bath, square foot, and then our price right here. So I'm just clicking in this box, deleting the text. There we go, and then this was built in, wow, brand new house, 2020. There we go. And then somebody did just ask about changing out this logo, so we'll do that as well. But I do want to point out, if you ever wanted to make further changes to this text, you can. You can click on this box here. You can select different fonts. You can change the text size, you can make this bold, italicized, change the color. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward in editing that text. So the DBA logo. All right, so let me just look at your question a little closer. Unfortunately not. So that was a great question. Somebody asked if once you put in your DBA logo and all of that, is that going to basically transfer over into all the designs? No, it won't. You will have to manually add that in every time. But once you upload your logo to Command, it will be in here. So like for example, in my library, I have this logo saved previously. So I can just swap this out. So the interesting thing is the only thing you can't use the replace button for is the logo. So when I click on this logo and I go over here, you can see that the replace button option isn't there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to delete this logo altogether. So I'm going to click on that, and then I'll either click on the trash can button or hit delete on my keyboard. And now I need to put in the new logo. So I have this logo saved. If you needed to add a logo or add a photo, you can do that here. So if you click on this option, you can actually import a logo from your computer that you may have saved. Actually, it looks like I have one here. There we go. So that's a logo I just imported from my computer. And I can click on Add Image and basically just drag and drop, resize, move this over here. And there we go. And you'll see as you start to design, these awesome grid lines pop up. So once you move things around, resize, it's really easy to make sure that everything is aligned and looks good. So there's my logo. I can make this maybe a little bit smaller. KW also has some logos provided for you. So if I were to click on this logos option and go to company, yeah, of course, great question. You can see there are some logos in here. There are KW logos, but these are not going to be the ones for your office specifically. These are just the generic ones. So if you need any of these are right in the system. If you need your office logo, those are found in Connect. So kwconnect.com. I think it's like a resources tab or something, and then marketing. You can find your logo. So if you have any trouble finding your specific office logo, let us know and we can easily get that for you. But there you go. So that is how easy it is to edit these pieces. And I'm going to do one more. We're going to do some print ones today, just so we can get the hang of this a little bit more. But this is my just listed Facebook piece. So you'll notice that for these social media pieces, there's not too much content on here. Like there's no property description, additional photos, things like that. For these, you do want to keep them pretty simple. And you can put additional details in the body of the post. So for this one specifically, I would post this one in the as the photo on Facebook, and then probably add in the property description in the caption. So I'll show you guys how to do that. No, this recording will not be sent to your email, but I will have this on YouTube later today, and then I have previous weeks on there as well. So now we need to save this. So up at the top you can see it says just listed 06 FB. I definitely want to rename this, so I'm going to click in this box and just swap this out. So I'll say Rift just listed Facebook, and then I'm going to hit enter on my keyboard and that will save. So now this is saved in my design library. And we have a couple different options. We can now save this file, save the JPEG to our computer, open up a new tab and post it directly on Facebook or whatever page you want to put it on. You can actually put this in the body of an email as well because it's a JPEG file. Or Command does give you the option to schedule social media posts. So after we do a couple print pieces, we'll switch gears and I'll show you how you can post this directly through Command. But if I wanted to download, all I need to do is go over to this little down arrow button, which is the download button. I can click on that. It's going to give me a few different options. I can download this as a JPEG or a PNG. Yes, that I kind of go over more in my marketing class, and we'll touch on that. But you can link up your Facebook and Twitter to do scheduled posts through Command. All right, and then PDF, we don't need this for this specific piece, but if we were to create a print flyer, you would definitely want to save this as a PDF. I'm just going to save as a JPEG. Click Start Download, and this is going to save that file to my computer. We'll give that 1 second. It should pop up. There we go. Save. And there we go. I'll open this up so you can see what it looks like. And there we go. This is our Facebook piece we just created, and you can see that looks really nice. And like I said, these are interchangeable, so if you wanted to, you could post this on LinkedIn, you could post this on Twitter, you could put this in the body of an email. Whoop, and it's gone. All right, so that was our social media piece. I'm going to go ahead and click Done up here at the top right. We're going to switch gears and I can show you some print pieces. All right, so that took us back to my design templates, and you can see our new pieces up here at the top left. So if we ever need this, if we want to go back in, update the price or anything, you can find that here. So let's go ahead and look at some of those print pieces. I don't know. I think it does. I think it does autosave, but if you want to change the name, you would have to go up to the top right. I will check on that when we pull up a print piece. I don't want to say for sure. Definitely you want to just save as much as you can so you don't lose anything. But I want to say it does save as you go. I'm going to click on the plus sign down at the bottom right again. And this time we'll choose print. And I'll go ahead and import photos and text from the listing one more time. And click next. So print, check the box, next. Here's that KWLS screen again. I'll select my listing. And then this will refresh and take us into the print designs. All right, so lots of great print designs available to you as well. This does, again, pull up that app section where you can see some different postcards you can send out about the app, some flyers, and then even more postcards. And then over on the left, you can see the different categories. So for different listings, let's say we wanted to do a for sale. There are for sale door hangers, flyers, lots and lots of flyers, postcards, trifolds, bifolds, and horizontal bifolds. So a lot of really beautiful, great templates in here for you. Also, under listings, I want to point out there are a couple listing presentations. I'm not going to have time to go over these today, but we do have shorter videos on the listing presentations, so I would recommend watching those if you are creating these, but I will say these are really great. Really easy to use, great templates, completely customizable. You can remove pages, add pages. These are really awesome. So if you need a listing presentation, definitely check these out. Over here on the left, of course, some buyer pieces, lead gen, business basics. There are some letterhead, or is a letterhead in here, some business card templates, and things like that. So let's just go ahead and do a property flyer real quick. So I'm going to go into listings, and I'll do for sale, flyers, and let's choose this one. I think this one's nice. Actually, this one, maybe this one. All right, I'm going to click this first one here and click use. All right, so let's go ahead and spruce up this flyer. So I'm going to zoom in. Down at the bottom right, there is a zoom in and a zoom out button. So I want you guys to be able to see this a little clearer. And I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because it's basically the same steps as before. I'm just going to click around on here and switch things out. So I want to change out this photo to start. I'm going to click on KWLS on the left, because I chose my listing at the beginning, and now I can very easily just go in here and find my photos. I can click that replace button, and then I'm going to reposition this. Well, actually, I don't think I can change that out. Whoops. And if you ever mess up in here or need to go back, there is a back button. Like I kind of moved that. There we go. So whoever asked about saving. Okay, yeah, here we go. Use autosave. I had a feeling that it did. I just couldn't picture it. So you can manually save by clicking this, or you can select use autosave and it'll save as you go. So a real lifesaver. All right, so I'm gonna just swap out more of these photos here. I apologize for my dad jokes. All right, I'm just clicking on the photo and hitting replace. Now let's swap out the property information. So our address is here. I'm going to click on that address box. And then listing details, and then I'm going to find where these match up in here. So here's my property address. I will click replace. And then this is a little small, and again, it doesn't add in the state, so I like to add that in. But let's change this text. This is too small. So I'm going to highlight my text here, and then go up to the top to this number 12. That looks maybe a little too big. Maybe I'll do 16. There we go. That looks good. And then of course you can move this around, make sure it's lined up. And you can manually do this as well. Like 18 was too big, but if I wanted to, you can actually choose whatever size you want. If I click in here, I can type in 17. Hit end. Oh no, it took out my text. I'm gonna hit that back button a couple times. There we go. I want to change this out Yeah, definitely. So 17.5, there we go. Oh no. No, I guess you cannot do 0.5. Great question. It allows me to type it in, but then it immediately takes it out. So that looks good. I'm just going to go down here. So here's our property description. So this has bullet points. So if you wanted to keep that bullet point format, you would have to manually do that. But you can see over here on the left, if we scroll down, it's at the very bottom of my screen. So hopefully you guys can see this, but it's behind the support button. There is the property description. So what I can do, yeah, definitely. So if you wanted to make this bold, there you go. And then if it, you can always adjust these boxes as well. Like you can see it pushed the zip down to the bottom. Actually, that's now too big, so I'm going to take off the bold. But you can play around with this. This is really easy and completely customizable. So this is my property description. I found the property description section over here on the left. You can see a little preview of it when I put my mouse over it. So I'm going to click replace. And it added in my property description. So now I want to resize this box just to make it fit better. Move this around. Of course, if I wanted to, I can make the text bigger. I might just try and center that a little bit better. There we go. I'm going to leave all this. We already did that before. I'm just going to run through this pretty quickly. Built in 2015. I will manually just double click in there and change this out. And then down at the bottom, we do need to swap out our personal information. Unfortunately, it does not pull over from your marketing profile like some of the other sections in Command. You would have to manually do this. So what I need to do is I need to switch out this photo. So I'm looking for that photo section to pop up over here, and you can see it's not there. So if you kind of click around on here, actually let's hit back. I need that photo section to pop up. I'm going to click on text. There we go. All right. So basically I couldn't get this images tab to pop up. I don't know what it did. So you kind of just have to like click around either here on the menu or in the photos, and it'll eventually come back. But I want to swap this out for Scott's photo. I actually have his headshot here in my library. So I clicked on this headshot and I'm going to hit replace. And there's Scott's photo. I'm going to move this. I'm going to put him actually, oh, it's trying to reposition. I'm going to move all this over and put him actually in the box. So you guys can see, again, just really easy to edit these, and I think they're kind of fun too. You can see it dropped that down to the next line, so I can just make this box a little bit bigger, a lot bigger, there we go, and it'll fit. All right, we'll just swap out this logo. Oh no, there we go. So you do have to be kind of careful when you're clicking around on here. I'm just going to add in a generic KW logo, so I have one in white. There we go. You can see it kind of plopped it in on top of everything, so I'm going to go down, drag this, make it smaller, and there we go. So I know I'm going pretty quick, but it's basically the same process as before, just more detailed. So that is my flyer. I think that looks pretty good. So once you have everything switched out, everything's ready to go, you will want to rename this. So I'm going to rename this 3215 flyer. I hit enter on my keyboard and that saves real quick. And now we can download it. So I'm going to click this down arrow again for the download button. And we have those same options again. So if you wanted to post this on Facebook, or if you wanted to put this in the body of an email, you would need to save this as either a JPEG or a PNG, and that'll give you an awesome picture file. Or if this was a print piece, you actually want to use this as a print flyer, you definitely would want to download this as a PDF. So I'm at Get PDF. I'm sorry about that. We are switching to Zoom next week, so hopefully that will be better. I know the audio on Join Me can be a little tricky, a little finicky sometimes, so I apologize for that. And hopefully that person heard me. I might need to type that out for them. But yeah, so I'm at Get PDF. If you had a multi-page document, you would have the option to download all the pages or select specific pages. And then down here at the bottom, we have two options for standard web quality or high resolution print. If you're going to print this, definitely change this to high resolution print quality. And then click Start Download. And it's asking, my browser is just making sure I actually want to do that, which I do. So I save that to my computer, and let's go ahead and open this up. And there you go. You can see this is a beautiful flyer, and it was really easy to create. We did that really quickly. So there's our flyer. I can now get this printed, start door knocking, whatever you need to do. All right, so somebody did ask about how I could now take those social pieces and schedule them through command. So I do want to show you that real quick. I'm going to click Done at the top right. There we go. So we're going to switch gears now. We are going to go into our campaigns. So we're going to go over to the left, and we're going to click on this icon here that looks like a megaphone. This is for campaigns. We have a few different sections over here. If you wanted to create any paid ads or send out emails or direct mail, yes. Let me just put this in there real quick. Either one of those links is, it's the same thing. But yeah, I will upload this after class. It usually is up within like an hour or so. Yeah, of course. We have all of our videos on there, and then we have additional tip videos and other helpful tutorials in addition to the classes that we teach. So we always highly recommend our YouTube page. If there's something you're trying to do, we have probably made a video on it, and they're pretty good. They're pretty helpful. All right, so I'm in my campaign section. We want to schedule out that social post that I just created. So I'm going to click on social posts up at the top. And if you've ever used Hootsuite, this is a tool very similar to that. So basically, you can come in here and schedule out all of your posts. We think it's good to do this on like a Sunday and then schedule your post for the week, so then you can set it and forget it, and your post will just go out at those scheduled times. So it's just a really nice tool, makes everything really easy and streamlined for you. But I want to create a new post. We want to post that beautiful just listed piece we created. So I'm going to go up to the top right and click Create a New Campaign. And then we will click Social Post. All right, so basically we're going to work through these questions on the left to create our post over here on the right. So as we start to add stuff in, it's going to build our post. We can preview it here. So I'm going to start at this photo section. You can upload a photo from your computer, but what we want to do is we want to choose from designs. So this is already selected, choose from designs, and I'm going to click Browse Design Library. And what this is going to do, this should look familiar, this pulls up our templates. So this will only pull up the social posts. So if you, for example, like that flyer we just made, if you wanted to post that on Facebook, you absolutely can, but you would have to manually upload it. So we had that option on that flyer to save as a JPEG, which we could have done, and then you could manually upload that to the Facebook post. But if you wanted to select directly from your library, you can. That's what we're going to do, but just so you know, it only pulls up the social pieces. So this is the piece we just created. I'm just going to click on that. And we'll give this 1 second. It's going to pop this in. So we do have two options for cropping. You can see it wants to crop this as a 1x1 square, but this is a rectangle piece, so we're going to click on this and choose wide, and you can see that's the perfect size. And we'll click crop image, and there we go. That's the piece we just created. That's an interesting message. I'm thinking that's a glitch. That's definitely odd, especially since you're not on mobile. I would say that's probably a glitch. Maybe try a different browser if you have one, or clear your browser history. That's usually our go-to. Usually sorts out any kind of weird bugs. But if that keeps happening, let us know. All right, so that's our post. Now we just need to put in the text. So I'm going to say gorgeous new listing in, yeah, I hope that helps, in Murfreesboro. And then I'd probably put in the property description. Let's see if I can pull that up real quick. I'm going to pull up that property description so I can paste that in there, just so you guys can see like what we do when we create a social post for agents. So I have this as the image for the post, and then in the body I would do something like gorgeous new listing in Murfreesboro, and then put in the property description. Let's see if this will load super quick for me. Oh, okay, well, we'll come back to that. I'm going to say contact today for more information. So for these Facebook posts, you do have quite a bit of text that you can put in here, 2,200 characters. So I really do want to put in that property description. Here we go. I'm going to search for that here. Oh, actually, let's see. And this is KWLS. If you haven't used this in command, you can use this to search for listings. Oop, that's just going to bring up the photo. There we go. Here's my property description. I'm going to paste that into the body of this post. There's a lot of exclamation points. Maybe I'll take some out. We're really excited about this listing. All right, so there we go. That's a good example of what I would put in a post usually. We have our photo, and then you can choose to add in your logo if you'd like, an ownership statement, and then down at the bottom we have the options to either schedule this post, so we can schedule this ahead of time, or publish immediately. Let's just go ahead and schedule this. So down below we can select our publishing time, and it does say the best days to post are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. So if I click on this calendar here, I can now choose when I'd like this to post. So I'll choose Monday at, there we go, 10, okay, I'm going to manually type that in, 10:30 a.m. And then there's no save button here, so if you just click out of this, you can see it updates. All right, my Facebook is connected. So your Facebook does need to be connected in the back end, so in your settings in command. If you need help with that, I know this has been kind of tricky lately. So if you have any sort of issue that is saying your Facebook can't be connected, shoot us an email. We have some tricks, or we can go in and try and fix that for you. So there we go. I created my post. I scheduled it for Monday at 10:30 a.m. So now all I need to do, I can either save this as a draft or I can go ahead and schedule it. And it's going to ask if I'm sure I want to schedule it. I am. And I think that is a glitch. It says page identifier required. I'm just going to check some more boxes. And okay, so I think that's a glitch. I apologize. I'm not exactly sure what that one means. So I'll see if I can save this as a draft. No. Okay. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen to you guys. I'm not totally sure what that glitch is coming from because from what I can see, everything is complete down here. Yeah, I'm thinking that is a glitch. I apologize, guys. So all you would do is you would either save this as a draft or schedule this post, and then it would be back here on this page. So then you'd be able to see, through your week, you'd be able to see the posts that are scheduled and that have gone out from here. So that's really easy. That's how you can pull over those designs you create in the design section and then actually just post them out through command. So we have just a few minutes left before class wraps up. In addition to all of the great designs we have in command, we do have some designs available. Oh, thanks. We do have some designs available on our website as well, so I do want to point those out. So I am at scottleroymarketing.com. This is our website. So if we scroll down, we're going to go to KW Resources. And before I do this, we have classes just on campaigns. I know this was like a super brief run through, but on our website and on our YouTube page, we have oh gosh, I can't remember what it's called. There's a campaigns class. I go over campaigns a little bit in our marketing class, and then I think there's a class specifically on the campaigns themselves. So we do have more detailed classes on all of this if you are interested in that. But I'm going to go to our website. We're going to go up here to KW Resources. Yeah, I know. There's just so much. There's so much in command. Actually, before I pull up the template, since we're here, since we're at the website, if you go to slmtraining.com, this is just a page on our site. Everything on our site, you do need to log in to access it. So you will be brought to this page. It's going to ask for your password. This is just your Market Center number. It's not your MyKW password. So you can enter your Market Center number here. If you don't know what that is, we can help you. But slmtraining.com, I'll drop this in the chat as well. You can see these are where you can find all of our previous classes. So if you click on any one of these links, it will bring you over to our YouTube page and basically filter out the video so you only see classes on command training, on websites. Down below, under advanced training, this is where you can find that marketing class, the campaigns class, listings, landing pages, things like that. And then whoever asked about my marketing class, I teach that on Thursdays. I'm going to go to KW, let me pull this down for you guys. KW Resources, and then Training, and then Training Calendar. And I am teaching that on the 25th. That's my marketing class. And that's when I go over those campaigns a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's the only one that really goes over the campaigns now. All right, so yeah, this is where you guys can find our calendar as well. Yeah, we have so many great classes. We definitely recommend watching these. And if you can't sign on live like you are now, they are all on YouTube. But real quick, I want to show you our designs that we have as well. So on our website, I'm going to go to KW Resources and then Templates. ScottLeroyMarketing.com/templates will bring you here as well. So like I said, in addition to all those beautiful templates you have in Command, we have some for you as well. Mostly people utilize ours for our email signatures. So if you scroll down on this page, it has a video at the top. This walks you through the process of creating an email signature. I recommend that you watch this before you create anything on this page. It's a different process, and this walks you through it, but all of them follow this same process. So I definitely recommend watching this. But I'll give you a better idea as to what we actually do and what you have to do. So if you scroll down, you can see all of our templates here. We have different flyers, calendars, the email signatures, of course, so you guys can go through this and see what we have available for you. But I'm just going to go toward the top. They are in alphabetical order, and I want to show you our email signatures. So I'm going to click on email signatures here. And you'll see this brings us into Google Drive. So to access our templates, you do have to be signed into a Google account. So if you don't have a Gmail you're already using, your kw.com email is actually a Gmail. So as long as you're signed into that, you will be able to access our templates and edit them. So this brought us into our drive. You can see 4 different folders. We have modern email signatures, normal, vertical, and widescreen. I'm going to pull up normal, double click on that, and you can see we have a ton of templates in here. So you can go through these, find a template that you like. I'll just go ahead and click on this one here. Double click on the signature file that you like. And now we're going to edit this. So you can see this pulls up, and I'm clicking on things, but I don't actually have the option to edit. So you'll see there's a button at the top that says View Only. What you do not want to do is click on this and request edit access. Unfortunately, these are our master files, so we can't give you access to these, but there's just one simple step you have to do. We just have to go to the top and click File, and then make a copy. So it does have 2 options here, entire presentation or selected slides. You'll see for these signatures there are 3 slides. Of course, the first one is the signature itself. This big scary red message is just saying that if you were to put any like little social media icons or anything on here that you want linked, they are not going to be clickable. These are going to be flat image signatures. They're not HTML optimized. So if you were to put like your Facebook or your Twitter logos on here, people wouldn't be able to click on them. So this is just a reminder of that. And then this one says just watch the video for the steps. So we only need this slide copied over into our drive for editing. So we're going to click File, make a copy, and then selected slides. And once we click that, we can just hit OK. And you'll see that a new tab popped up. So this is going to bring the signature file over to your drive, but now we can actually edit it. So this is in Google Slides. It's pretty similar to editing in PowerPoint. So let's just swap this information out. So let's start with this photo. I can click on this photo. If I wanted to delete it completely, I can just hit delete on my keyboard. I can hit back if I actually want that there. I can, of course, move things around. I can make this photo smaller, bigger. But I want to switch this out for my own photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click on the signature or on the headshot, and then I will go down to Replace Image. It does give me a few options here, upload from computer, or I can search the web, upload from my drive, yada yada. I'm going to go ahead and upload from computer because I have my headshot saved to my computer. And this will allow me to choose my headshot here. There we go, and now I can just swap out the rest of this. Same sort of thing as before. If you wanted to, you can make this text bigger, smaller, bold, change the font, whatever you see fit. Completely customize this to your liking. For example, my email is pretty long, so I want to make this smaller. That's still too big. That's too small. There we go. There we go. And then all of this, like I said, is customizable. So like, for example, this gray bar in the background, I can get rid of this. I can change the color. So if I click fill here, we can choose solid colors. We can add in custom colors. I usually like to do something kind of pretty. Whoa. Maybe I'll do that. I'll make this black so you can actually read it. Is that the right button? Nope. Where's the font color? Text color. Here we go. So you can see editing these, again, super simple. You can add in your own logo, move things around. Very easy to edit these. So there we go, that looks good. So now what we need to do is we need to save this to our computer. So I'm going to go up to File again, and then I'm going to download. So what you would normally do, and what you can do, is you can download this as a JPEG or a PNG. Those are the only types of files you can add into your email signature. It has to be an image file. But we have noticed when saving these files from Google Slides, they do tend to be a little blurry. So I'm going to show you just an extra step to make sure that this is nice, high res, so you can put this in your email and have it look the best it can. So I'm actually going to download this as a PDF. So I went File, Download, PDF. You cannot attach a PDF as your signature, so we will need to convert this. But I'll just first save this to my computer. So my signature is saved as a PDF. And now what we're going to do is in a new tab, we are going to go to the website pdf2jpg.net. So pdf2jpg.net, this is a free site where you can convert PDF files to JPEG files. So if we scroll down, we're going to click Choose a PDF file, this blue button here. And I can choose my file from my computer. You can see this is the email signature PDF that we just saved. Over here on the right, it does ask for the JPEG quality. Definitely change this to excellent. And then we will click Convert PDF to JPEG, and that works pretty much instantly. And it says over here, my JPEG pictures, I can view or download this. I'll just go ahead and download this real quick and pop that open so you can see it. Oh, there's that one I lost earlier. So you can see it does look kind of fuzzy, but your email signature is not going to be this big. When you have it in your email, it'll probably be like that. Probably even smaller, and that looks great. So in this video on this templates page, it goes through this process a lot slower, and then at the end, we actually show you how to go into your Gmail settings and add in the signature. So again, I'm just going to really encourage you guys to watch this video here before you create an email signature or anything from these templates. But that is the basics of how you can utilize our template files. So thank you guys. I know we went over a ton today, but I am recording, so I'll get this up on YouTube for you as soon as possible. Just want to point out our contact information. We are here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can see our contact information here below. So if there's anything else that you guys need, if you have further questions or need assistance with everything, please feel free to reach out to us. If not, thank you so much for hanging out today, and we will talk to you soon.